Sunlight floods the doctor's office, motes of dust swirling in the golden rays. A 5-5-year-old bald GP sits relaxed, glasses perched on his nose, swivel chair. The tidy, lived-in office speaks of routine and care. Medical charts stacked neatly. Diplomas line the walls, testaments to years of dedication and expertise. The doctor swivels slightly, a picture of calm amidst the silent room. The door creaks open, revealing a sterile doctor's office. Mrs. Jarvis, 70, shuffles in, her vibrant red hair a stark contrast to her pale face. Her simple dress hangs loosely, hinting at a recent weight loss. Her drawn face speaks volumes of her unwell state, a silent plea for help. Inside the sterile doctor's office, the doctor greets Mrs. Jarvis with a cheerful "G'day." He gestures towards the chair, a silent invitation to share the weight she carries. Mrs. Jarvis sighs deeply, a sound heavy with unspoken burdens and weariness. With laboured movements, she lowers herself into the chair, each action a testament to her struggle. Mrs. Jarvis sits, worry lines deepening as she faces the doctor across his polished desk. "I've been feeling nauseous," she says, her voice trembling slightly, a plea for help in her tone. "Dizzy spells, headaches, and I've lost my appetite," she adds, a hint of despair in her eyes. The doctor listens, his expression a mask of professional concern, fingers flying over the keyboard. Mrs. Jarvis eyes the worn chair, a silent battle of wills before she commits to sitting. The chair creaks under her weight, a loud protest that freezes her mid-motion. A tense moment hangs in the air as she tests the chair's resilience. The chair holds, and Mrs. Jarvis exhales, a wave of relief washing over her face. She settles in, a slight unease still lingering in her eyes. The doctor's office is silent, save for the creaking chair and Mrs. Jarvis's breath. In the sterile doctor's office, Mrs. Jarvis sits, a deep frown etched on her face, the silence thick with unspoken worries. The examination chair seems to shrink beneath her, the sterile white walls closing in. She breaks the heavy silence, her voice tinged with weariness. "These chairs are getting smaller, doctor." The doctor responds with practiced calm, a hint of professional detachment in his tone. "Or perhaps people are just living longer, Mrs. Jarvis," he says, meeting her gaze with a measured look. The sterile environment amplifies the quiet tension between them, questions hanging unasked in the air. The doctor's office is filled with the sterile scent of antiseptic, a silent tension hanging in the air. The doctor leans forward, pen in hand, his kind eyes searching Mrs. Jarvis's face for answers. "Have you noticed any changes at home, Mrs. Jarvis?" the doctor asks gently, his voice calm and reassuring. Mrs. Jarvis clutches her worn handbag, a nervous tremor in her hands betraying her inner turmoil. "Well, I have been a bit snappy lately," Mrs. Jarvis admits, her voice laced with a hint of guilt. "Smells mostly, toast in particular," she reveals, a strange unease clouding her features. Inside the sterile doctor's office, Mrs. Jarvis vividly describes her unusual aversion. The doctor's eyebrow twitches almost imperceptibly as he listens intently. The mere smell of toast is enough to make her gag, a detail she shares with distress. He pauses, his fingers hovering over the keyboard, a thoughtful gaze fixed on her. His expression is unreadable as he studies Mrs. Jarvis, searching for clues. He types a single brief note into the computer, a subtle action. In his office, the doctor leans forward, a faint smirk gracing his lips, his gaze intense and knowing. He gestures with a pen, the movement measured and deliberate. "Mrs. Jarvis, humour me," the doctor says, his voice smooth yet subtly commanding. "Just indulge a little exercise of the imagination, shall we?" he adds, a hint of challenge in his eyes. Mrs. Jarvis hesitates, her brow furrowed with concern. "I don't know, Doctor. I'm not sure I like the sound of that," she admits, unease creeping into her voice. In the quiet doctor's office, tension hangs heavy as the doctor presses the intercom, a soft buzz filling the air. Mrs. Jarvis sits opposite him, a subtle shift in her posture, betraying a sense of unease. Her eyes narrow slightly, as if sensing an unspoken shift, a hidden undercurrent in the room. The doctor's voice breaks the silence, calm yet firm. "Nurse Brown, could you come in here, please?" An expectant pause fills the room, each tick of the clock amplifying the growing suspense. Inside the sterile doctor's office, a call echoes, breaking the silence. Nurse Brown, energetic and blonde, enters with professional poise. Her bright smile contrasts with the office's clinical atmosphere. Ready to assist, she awaits the doctor's instructions with anticipation. In the sterile doctor's office, the doctor gestures to a closed door, his expression professional and reassuring. The doctor turns towards Nurse Brown, a silent exchange passing between them, hinting at unspoken concerns. "Nurse Brown, could you please get a urine sample from Mrs. Jarvis?" the doctor asks, his tone calm. Mrs. Jarvis shifts uncomfortably, her brow furrowed with apprehension and uncertainty. "A urine sample? Is that really necessary, doctor?" Mrs. Jarvis questions, her voice laced with reluctance and worry. In the sterile office, the doctor pauses, a flicker of doubt crossing his face as he avoids direct eye contact. He turns to Nurse Brown, his voice firm despite the underlying unease. "Rule out pregnancy." Silence descends, heavy and unspoken, a shroud of implication settling over the room. The weight of the unsaid word hangs palpably in the air, thick with unspoken fears and possibilities. Inside the sterile doctor's office, Nurse Brown's professional demeanor is momentarily shattered by a flicker of disbelief. Her eyes widen, betraying the surprise at the outrageous suggestion. A stifled giggle escapes, hinting at the impending eruption of laughter. The giggle escalates, transforming into unrestrained, uncontrollable laughter. Nurse Brown is overwhelmed by mirth, the absurdity of the situation consuming her. In the sterile office, Mrs. Jarvis's face is a canvas of roiling emotions, a storm gathering intensity. Horror gives way to confusion, then sharp rage flashes across her features like lightning. The doctor watches, his expression unreadable, a mask of professional detachment. "We have to be thorough," the doctor states, his voice calm amidst the emotional tempest. In the sterile doctor's office, Mrs. Jarvis sits, her face a mask of barely suppressed hysteria. Suddenly, she erupts into loud, uncontrollable laughter, the sound echoing in the small space.